Okay. Good morning. Ooh, there's the sun. Heading out of the Two Harbors campsite today. There's a little bit of a walk in between the site and the trail. So, yeah, making my way over there, and we have a big climb today. I think you can see part of it back there. I think that peak is where we're going. So nothing crazy, just about a 5-minute walk or so, depending on what tent site you are, from camp back to trail. Have a nice easy road walk, and then we're going up. This is so incredibly beautiful, and there's like nobody out here. It's so secluded and gorgeous today. Okay, we're turning away from the ocean, and we'll be hiking up this canyon at first, and then it'll be ridgeline walking, I believe. All right, this starts about a mile from Two Harbors, just under a mile, and we're going to be going about 1,800 feet in 2.4 miles. So let's go. Wardrobe change. It is getting hot, and it's only 8:30, so it's going to be a warm one today, and there's not much wind, so that's part of it, but the wind that we do have is nice and cool, so that's a good thing. Since it's quite hot out here today, I'm opting to take a break every time I see shade because there's not a lot of it. So we're taking a break now. I do have my umbrella, but I'm getting a little lazy. If I really need it, I'll break it out, but until then, we're going to embrace the shade break. It is break time. Ooh, that view. This is Lobster Bay. See that? Overlook. Wow. Beautiful. Over the stats for the stretch. So Two Harbors to Parsons Landing is about, I think, like 6.3 miles or so, and it's just a big up and a big down pretty much, and the up is pretty steep, as you've seen, but the descent is actually quite a bit steeper, so that's actually what I'm kind of worried about. So I might be doing some butt scoots and that sort of thing. I remember I've done that before on this trail, so we'll see. I'll show you guys everything. and we have 2,200 feet of gain and 2,000 feet of loss. So up and down. I'm really glad I started early. I don't know if anybody else really started early. I think that was a mistake for today. It's the beginning of May, so it could go back and forth. You've seen a couple days ago it was really cold and windy, and now it's quite hot, but it could be hotter for sure. We do have a little bit of a cool breeze, which is nice, but yeah, glad I started early. And I'll probably be getting into Parsons Landing somewhat early in the day, but I'm going to take my time. I've been taking my time, started early, you know, have like 6.3 miles or so all day to do it. So yeah, taking my time, and I'm going to go really slow on the descent. Okay, I think I see the Boy Scout, camp down there, which is where I'll be tomorrow to finish this loop. So the Two Harbors to Parsons Landing is actually a loop. You could do an out and back on the road, which is quite a bit easier. I think it's like 7.9 miles, but it's pretty flat. So you'd go through that twice if you're doing an out and back, but I'm doing the loop. So from Two Harbors, which is back over there, all the way to Parsons Landing, which is over that peak, which I'm about to do, and then back through this canyon area to the Boy Scout camp, and then you follow a road back to Two Harbors from there, and you can catch the ferry home or to the port, and then you can make your way home. Of the whole trip, going up to the top, and then the intense down will probably begin a little bit after that. All right, we're almost there. That's the high point. I thought maybe that was, but we don't have to go up there. We're going over to the side, and there is the highest point for the day. Woo, we're gonna celebrate when we get there and then when we get down. Here it is. Nice view. There's the Boy Scout camp again. And Two Harbors is behind that little peak right there. And there's where we came from. Woo. Begin our descent. It's so lovely and nice. It's a little flat over there, and then I think, I'm not sure how far, but we will start a more intense descent in a little bit. That's a bald eagle, you guys. I know you can't see it, it's going away from us, but so cool. You can kind of see his tail. That was such a cool sighting. I've seen bald eagles on this island before, but it's only ever been on this side of the island, so the northernmost side, kind of the Parsons Landing, Starlight Beach side. So yeah, I don't know if this is kind of where they live or they're all over the island, but this is the only place I've seen them. So yeah, stoked. I hope I see more, and I hope I'm able to get a better video for you guys. We'll see. All right, one more break time before the descent back there. Have my cold soaked chili. Didn't heat it up today because it's kind of warm. Crackers, and I'll probably have some sort of dessert. But yep, just taking a break before that happens. So at this point, that trail is that way going down, but there's also an alternate to loop around to a place called Starlight Beach and then come back down to Parsons Landing, which is down there. That actually used to be the an official part of the trail. So the trail used to be longer. When I did this trail in 2019, it was part of the trail, but the path down to Starlight Beach was basically a cliff. So I think that happened the year I did it. But now it's an alternate just to go see it. And this is it right here. So you can loop around if you want, but I'm choosing not to do that this time. Okay, here we go. Descent. Here's the first look at Parsons Landing. Right there. I'm gonna camp tonight. So far the road isn't too bad. I just have to have a wider stance and put my poles out wider and kind of bend my knees a lot going down. So this isn't too bad, but I think closer to Parsons Landing it gets quite steep. So I'll show you all of the things. So far, especially this. Slid a couple times on the gravel, so I think the key is to go more on the dirt versus the gravel. Bend your knees, and if you feel like you're getting out of control, just stop and try to go slower. So luckily I haven't fallen, but this could get sketchy. Well, definitely almost fell a couple times back there, but poles for the win. So for the Starlight Beach alternate, I can see the road from down here that I actually took out and back when I did it and it was official TCT. So I'm going to show it to you right now, and it is possible to do an out and back from here. And there's an old road and a new road, and I think maybe I mentioned this before, but I think I remember the old road being easier to hike than the new road. So I'm going to show you. It's kind of a steady uphill versus the loop at the top, which I can show you in a second, where I was at the top of the loop. This is the bottom of the loop, but you could do it out and back, which might be kind of nice if you maybe take a 0 day in Parsons Landing. So you just set up camp one night, take a whole day. So 2 nights in Parsons Landing. You could do the out and back to Starlight Beach, and that'd be a nice trip. So I'll show you where it is right now. So the first part of the loop now is way up there where I just was maybe, I don't know, an hour ago or something. Descended very quickly. And I don't know if you can see, I'll zoom in a little bit. There's a road, there's a junction coming up. You can see it right there. And that junction takes you to kind of round into this road, and you can kind of follow it all along the side of the little range here, all the way up there, and then it curves around and you can make your way to Starlight Beach around there. It just goes alongside, kind of like how this is, alongside this little mountain range. And it's here's the bottom part of the Starlight Beach alternate. So you can go up there and follow the road, or you can do what we're doing. This is about 0.4 miles from Parsons Landing. We can go to Parsons. Parsons. It looks like I'm the first person here, so I'm going to enjoy our campsite, campsite 3. Doesn't get better than this. This is where we'll get our water and bundle of firewood for the night.